Hi there. Today I am excited to show off a brand new feature of ProcessMaker 4, and that is our saved search charts. Now you may already be familiar with our saved searches, which allows you to bring in any request or collection data within ProcessMaker 4 and generate a real-time report. You can see here I have a configuration screen for a saved search. We're using PMQL, which is our advanced query language, to show items with a status of completed in the orders request. And of course, within a saved search, you can choose which fields you want to turn into columns in your table. So we have salesperson, first name, last name, totals, and then a date. We also have other available columns that we're not using. So let's go ahead and take a look at that in table form. You can see here we have salesperson, first name, last name, totals, and the date, just like we laid out in our configuration. Let's go ahead and create a chart. Now I want to create a chart about revenue grouped by salesperson. We have different types we can choose from. I think a pie chart would be conducive to this type of information, so I'm going to choose that. Now we have our source tab. This is where you choose which fields you want to use to populate your chart's data. So I'm going to click on this here. You see the system is intelligent enough to know which fields are best for a chart. So it recommends certain fields to you based on the data that's in those fields. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and choose salesperson as the series. We're going to skip category for now. That's an optional one. We're going to go down to metric. You can see it's recommending the number fields here. So I'm going to go ahead and choose total. Now, when I choose a metric, I'm able to choose an aggregation method for that metric. So it's defaulting to sum, but I can also set it to average, count, min, max, and median. We're going to stick with sum. And then in the style tab here, you have the ability to choose a color scheme. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. And then you have different legends that you can choose if you want to show it not at all, or if you want to show it on the top, bottom, left, or right. I'm going to go ahead and show it on the right. So let's click Save. And you can see just like that, I have instantly created a real-time chart based on the data that's in the ProcessMaker 4 system. And as I hover over these areas on the line, or rather on the pie chart, it shows me the different totals that are available. Now let's say I want to get a little more advanced. I'm going to go ahead and copy the chart. That's the nice thing about this is if you've taken the time to configure a chart and you don't want to have to do it all over again, you can simply duplicate it. Okay, so let's say instead of salesperson, I want to see revenue by year. So we're going to go ahead and change the series to date. We're going to go ahead and leave the metric the same. And instead of a pie chart, let's go ahead and use a horizontal bar. There we go. See, 2020 was a good year. 2018, we didn't have anything come in. But you can see here we have all of that data right there. Now we don't really need the legend in this case, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. And there we go. Okay, so that's cool. Now let's go ahead and use one of the other fields. Okay, so we have our series set to date. Now we're going to choose a category. So let's go ahead and choose salesperson. And let's make this a stacked chart. So we'll save that. You can see here, it shows you which salesperson generated which revenue in which year. Of course, I think in this case we do need a legend, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that on for this one. There we go. Now you can see at a glance all the data that's in your system. I'm going to go ahead and copy it one more time. Let's create one more chart. Let's make this one a line. And we're going to customize this particular chart. So I'm going to go ahead and change the series to date. Now you see when you choose a date, you have the ability to group based on year, month, day of the week, day of the month. In this case, I'll choose day of the week. So we'll save that. So you can see which days of the week are best for us. But I think what I want to do is create a custom chart for a particular salesperson. So I'm going to say we have a salesperson named Enzo. That's where the query field comes in. This is an additional PMQL query on top of the PMQL query that is generating your saved search. So I'm going to go ahead and say data.salesperson is equal to Enzo. We'll save that. And you can see in real time it adjusted for Enzo specifically. Don't really need a legend on that one, so we'll turn it off. And there we go. Now if you want to rearrange how these are displayed, you can drag them around. So that is the Save Search Charts feature of ProcessMaker 4.